The Jack Benny Program.
Quality of product is essential to continuing success.
At 45 sold American.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw. LS-MFT, LS-MFT, LS-MFT.
Why, sure.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw. There's real deep-down smoking enjoyment in fine tobacco. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. For the makers of Lucky Strike consistently select and buy the finer, the lighter, the naturally milder Lucky Strike tobacco. So for real deep-down smoking enjoyment, smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike.
Sold American. Ladies and gentlemen, on this momentous occasion, we're broadcasting from the magnificent Civic Auditorium in historic city of San Francisco. San Francisco, known the world over for its luxurious buildings, its beautiful Golden Gate, its extensive harbor, its gigantic and impressive bridges.
By the time he gets to me, I won't mean a thing. Now I know how Berkeley feels.
So, from this colorful city, in honor of I Am an American Day, we bring you that Yankee Doodle dandy, Jack Benny.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, it certainly is thrilling to be here in San Francisco, a city that reminds me so much of Waukegan. Yes, sir.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jack. I don't blame you for being proud of your hometown, but let's not be ridiculous.
Ridiculous? Are you kidding, Don? Mention one thing that San Francisco has that Waukegan hasn't got.
Well, Waukegan doesn't have the bridges, the Golden Gate, Fisherman's Wharf, paved streets, electric lights, department stores, automobiles, bicycles, trees, and...
I knew if I let you go, you'd hang yourself. We've got bicycles. They may have high front wheels, but we've got them. Nevertheless, I do agree with you, Don. San Francisco is a beautiful city.
You bet it is, Jack. But a funny thing happened to me this morning when I was walking down Nob Hill.
Walking down Nob Hill?
Yes. When I got halfway down, I stopped to rest, and a traffic cop came over and made me point my toes into the curb.
Well, you can't blame him, Don. If you ever started rolling, you'd flatten everything south of Market Street. You know, when you're out for a stroll, you look like a walking plenary session. You got plenty of plenary there, brother, too. And, Don, have you noticed how crowded it is here in San Francisco? With the conference on, it's almost impossible to get a room. It was just fortunate that I made my reservations 8 months ago.
Oh, well, then you were lucky, Jack. Where are you living? At the top of the mark?
No, at the bottom of the Lancashire. But it's really beautiful down there. You can look up and see the bay. You know? Of course, after 5 days, I had to give up my room, and I'm now living at the Claremont Hotel in Berkeley. You know, that's near Oakland.
But, Jack, you come over to San Francisco so often with that toll bridge. Don't you find it rather expensive crossing the bay?
Not at all, Don. It just happens that I brought my bathing suit with me. You know. Huh?
Well, Jack, isn't that a little dangerous?
It wasn't until yesterday. The Coast Guard came out after me. They thought I was a German submarine giving myself up. I wouldn't have minded that so much, but they fired a shot across my bow. Fortunately, I was bowing at the time.
Hiya, Jackson. All right, folks, you're all in clover because Harris is here and the lull is over.
How do you like that? The lull is over. Phil, why do you always have to barge in with a noisy entrance? After all, this is I Am an American Day.
Well, that's just it, Jackson. I'm a real American. I'm part Indian.
Part Indian?
Yeah.
Cherokee?
No, cherry Coke. Oh, Harris, you sensation from a reservation.
Oh, brother.
No wonder you're number one on the totem pole.
Now cut that out.
I want to play.
There is a fine Indian, cherry Coke.
Certainly, my father was Big Chief Nickelback on the bottle.
Phil, stop being so silly, will you?
Say, Phil, how are you enjoying San Francisco?
Oh, it's great, Dante. This is really a pretty village, especially at night. When you're looking down at the city from the top of a tall building and all the colored lights are flashing on and off, gosh, it's beautiful. Looks just like a pinball machine.
Oh, fine. Comparing San Francisco to a pinball machine.
Sure, Jackson, the whole town is tilted.
Tilted?
Yeah, Frankie, my guitar player, says it's the first time he's ever been sober in the city cockeyed.
Well, I hope the change wasn't too much of a shock to him. By the way, Phil, where are you and Frankie living?
Well, we couldn't find a room, Jackson, so we've been spending all our time up at the top of the mark.
Oh, that must be beautiful.
Yeah, what a view. On a clear day, you can see the bar.
I know.
And say, Jackson, you want to hear something cute?
What?
Well, last night, Frankie had a couple of drinks. And you know those big turntables they have at the end of the cable car lines?
You mean those turntables that revolve the cable cars on?
Yeah, well, Frankie kept watching them all one night. Then finally he walked over to the conductor and said, "Listen, chum, I've been here for 7 hours. When are you going to put on one of Crosby's records?"
Well, Phil, I can understand Frankie standing there for 7 hours. What were you doing there?
I was waiting for That's What I Like About the South.
Well, Phil, all I can say... Well, here comes our little songbird. Hello, Larry.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Larry, I was looking for you all week to find out what you're going to sing today. Where are you living?
Oh, I'm at the Sir Francis Drake. I have a lovely room overlooking.
A room overlooking what?
I don't know. It hasn't got a window.
Oh. Well, it's so crowded here, they probably stuck you in a broom closet. Go ahead, kid. Let's have your song. Come on, let's have
it. I see stars in your eyes when my...
That was Stars in Your Eyes, sung by Larry Stevens. I heard the record you made of it, too, Larry. Very, very good.
Thank you. And say, Mr. Benny, while we're here in San Francisco, I'd like to meet some important people.
Well, that's possible, kid. It's possible, even though Eden and Molotov have left.
Wait a minute, Jackson. Molotov didn't leave. I saw him last week at the Steel Stadium. He was playing left
That's
field.
Novikov. Well, Molotov is the foreign commissar of Russia. Don't you ever read the papers?
Sure, I know what's going on.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, now tell me, where are Eden and Molotov?
They were allowed to go home because they each had 85 points. And give me my $8 silver, doctor.
Oh, fine. Phil, someday I'd like to...
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Mary. Someday I'd like to... Wait a minute, you're not Mary.
No, I'm Rita Hayworth.
Oh, Rita Hayworth. Well, Rita, this is certainly a surprise. What are you doing here?
Well, Jack, I stopped in to visit Mary at her hotel, and she had a very bad cold.
Oh, yes. I bet I know how she caught that cold. She crossed the bay with me and didn't bring a towel. That's too bad. I know that Mary would have been thrilled to be here. She really would.
Anyway, Jack, Mary asked me to come over here and take her place.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you, Rita, and naturally, I don't expect you to do this for nothing. I suppose Mary told you that I'll pay you the same salary that I'm paying her.
Yes, but I came anyway.
Oh, Rita, you little vixen, you. But no kidding. I'm so glad you're here because, well, I wanted to tell you that I've often... In fact, No, I better not say it.
What is it, Jack? You can tell me.
No, you'll only think I'm a silly kid.
No, I won't, I promise.
Well, okay, I'll confess, Rita, that I, little Jack Benny, have often dreamed about you.
Why, I think that's sweet. Oh, but Jack, when you dreamed about me, did you ever dream that I'd be on your program?
No, I always kept business out of it. Say, Rita, while you're here in San Francisco, where are you staying, in Berkeley or Oakland?
Oh, I have a very nice room right here at the Palace Hotel.
The Palace Hotel? Right here in town?
Yes.
Well, imagine getting a room right... What have you got that I haven't got?
Nothing, but I'm supposed to walk that way.
Got that over with a bang, kid. Oh.
Well, Miss Hayworth, I want to tell you how much I enjoyed your latest Columbia musical tonight and every night. I thought you were wonderful in it.
Thank you, Don.
Oh, yes, I saw it, too. And by the way, Rita, I have a picture playing here in San Francisco this week. It's called The Horn Blows at Midnight, and it's doing terrific business.
Yes, I know, Jack, but don't you think you're unfair trying to cash in on Bing Crosby's reputation?
Well...
Imagine changing the title from The Horn Blows at Midnight to Blowing My Way.
Well, I know what I'm doing, sister. I'm a businessman, you know.
Well, Jack, if you're such a businessman, why did you gyp the cable car company out of their fare?
What do you mean, Jip?
I saw you on Powell Street.
Huh?
When you thought no one was looking, you walked out in the middle of the street, got down on your knees, stuck your finger in the slot, hooked it around the cable, and let it pull you up the hill for nothing.
Oh, I just did that for a gag. You know, people expect me to be funny.
Hey, Jackson, after the show, I got a little spot and we'll, Hey, who's this happy little bundle of Technicolor? Well, LSMFT.
What?
Rita, LSMFT stands for Lucky Strike, means fine tobacco.
Oh.
But in your case, honey, LSMFT means you're a lovely, stunning, marvelous, fancy tomato.
Tomato?
All right, tomato. Introduce me, Jackson. Let's get the going there.
Okay. Rita, I'd like you to meet Whispering Phil Harris.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, brother, all this and a salary, too. This is it. I bet if she ever walked into the conference, she'd be whistled at in 46 different languages. Well, you know, Rita, the minute I seen you, I knew you were my type.
Slow down, Phil. She's married. She's married to Orson Welles.
Who's he?
Rita, you tell him.
Well, my husband is an actor, a writer, a director, a producer, a columnist, and a commentator.
Well, if he's that busy, what am I worried about?
Don't mind him, Rita. He just came with the band. The union says you gotta have one.
Oh, he doesn't bother me, Jack. And I think I'd better be running along now. See you later.
Wait a minute, Rita. What's your rush? Where are you going?
Well, I've got to hurry over to the Bay Bridge, and there's such a crowd there, I want to get a place close to the rail.
Close to the rail? Why?
Well, I understand every afternoon some eccentric fellow swims across the bay.
Oh, I see. Well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. Anyway, Rita, thanks very much for coming over, and I'm sure Mary appreciates it, too. Goodbye.
So long, Jack.
It was nice of her to come over and leave Orson all by himself. And now... You like that one, Orson? And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as an added attraction, we have another surprise for you. A very dear friend of mine who has entertained the boys overseas in both theaters of war and is preparing to go again. The world's greatest harmonica player, Larry Adler. Rhapsody Americana, played by Larry Adler. Larry, that was wonderful.
Thank you, Jack. You pronounced it so well, too. Jack, we certainly had a lot of fun on those overseas trips, didn't we?
We sure did. And, Larry, when you played your harmonica, the boys really went for it.
I know, Jack. And when you played your violin, the boys really went.
I'd answer that, but I have another important introduction to make.
Oh, who are you going to introduce now, Jack?
The governor of California.
You mean the governor's here?
Yes.
What have we done now?
Nothing. Now, Phil, sit down. And now, one of the honored guests here at the I Am an American Day festivities is the governor of California. And he has graciously consented to appear on this program. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Earl Warren.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Jack.
Gosh, Governor, I'm so excited. You know, this is the first time I've ever had a governor on my program. I don't know how to act. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Well, for one thing, stand up. You don't have to curtsy.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, Jack, I just want to tell you how happy we are to have you here in San Francisco at this time.
Thank you, Governor. I was also here a couple of weeks ago for the opening of the conference. And I certainly was thrilled when I met all those important people, foreign secretaries, heads of the various delegations, international diplomats. And you know, Governor, I learned one thing. The more important people are, the friendlier they are.
Yes, I agree with you, Jack. And from what you say, I imagine you found Mr. Molotov very interesting.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't meet Mr. Molotov. You see, the day I was supposed to meet Molotov, I had a luncheon appointment with Anthony Eden.
Oh, then you met Anthony Eden.
Well, no. You see, just as I was leaving my hotel to have lunch with Mr. Eden, I got a telephone call from Stettinius.
Official business?
No, wrong number. Of course, that's not your fault, Governor. It happens in other states, too. You know?
Well, Jack, aren't you taking the long way round just to tell me you didn't meet anybody?
No, Governor. On the contrary, I did meet one very important person who really knows what it's all about. In fact, I had lunch with him twice. His name is Mr. Dias, Edward Dias.
Edward J. Dias?
Yes. Do you happen to know him?
Well, I should. He's my chauffeur.
Well, he's a lovely fellow. Anyway, Governor, it's been a great pleasure to be here in San Francisco, and my cast and I feel highly honored having been asked to appear on this I Am an American Day program.
I am very happy to be here, too, Jack, because today, all over the country, in every city and every village, our people are celebrating I Am an American Day, the day when Americans can look back on their privileges and new Americans can look forward to theirs, the day on which old citizens join with the new and together pledge themselves to uphold the American way of life.
Thank you very much, Governor Warren, for being with us on this occasion.
You're very welcome, Jack. And by the way, you won't forget, will you?
Forget? No. I'll send you a whole carton of them. That's all. Goodbye, Governor.
Goodbye, Jack.
Goodbye. Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, Jack?
I meant to ask the governor to come to the big reception I'm giving in my honor tonight. You know, Mayor Lapham is going to be there, too.
Mayor Lapham?
Yeah, he's the one who wears those zoot neckties, you know, those things. Well, I'll get in touch with the governor later, and I'm sure he'll... There's the phone. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Hello, Rochester. What is it?
I wanted to let you know that everything is all set for the reception you're giving tonight.
Well, that's fine. Did you call all the foreign delegates and tell them they were invited?
Yes, sir.
What do they say?
They all ask the same question. How much?
Well, I hope you explained it was absolutely free.
Uh-huh. And I also explained that you would have a plate by the door in case they wanted to show their appreciation.
Well, Rochester, that plate is there for calling cards.
It never was before.
Don't be silly. By the way, are any of the Russian delegates coming?
Oh, yes, boss. In fact, I already got a case of imported vodka.
A case of vodka? Well, that's nice.
It sure was.
It sure was. Rochester, you mean that you...
It wasn't my fault. A Russian fellow delivered it, and when I told him I'd never tasted vodka, he opened the bottle.
Oh.
Then he toasted President Truman, so I toasted Marshal Stalin.
Well, just so you don't drink
Then
all...
he toasted General Eisenhower, so I toasted Marshal Zhukov.
Well,
Then he toasted General Patton, so I toasted Marshal Konev.
Well,
Boss, do you know how many generals there are in the Russian army?
No, how many?
Almost 2 quarts.
Well, I still don't think...
When we ran out of generals, we started toasting colonels.
Colonels?
Uh-huh. And by the time we got to second lieutenants, I was speaking Russian and he talked with a definite southern drawl.
Well, I'll talk to you about that later. Will you be home when I get there?
Ah!
All right. Goodbye. It's going to be hard for me to learn how to talk Russian, believe me.
Jack, we'll be back in just a minute, but first, here's my good friend F.E. Boone.
At 40, sold American.
Quality of product is essential to continuing success.
Independent tobacco experts know that it takes fine tobacco to make a fine cigarette. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Listen to what Mr. H.H. Scott, independent tobacco buyer of Durham, North Carolina, said.
A cigarette is only as good as the tobacco that is in it. The tobacco I've seen bought by Lucky Strike is rich and ripe, and at the same time light and mild. That's why I've smoked Lucky's for 25 years.
Quote, the tobacco I've seen bought by Lucky Strike is rich and ripe, light and mild. Unquote. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So smoke that smoke of fine tobacco, Lucky Strike. The famous tobacco auctioneers heard on tonight's program were Mr. F.E. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky.
At 45, sold American.
And Mr. L.A. Speed Riggs of Goldsboro, North Carolina. Kenneth Delmar speaking for the makers of Lucky Strike.
LSMFT, LSMFT, LSMFT.
Quality of product is essential to continuing success. And Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Yes, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Ladies and gentlemen, I Am an American Day has a special meaning here in San Francisco at the World Security Conference. There are 2 delegates here whose names aren't on any official list and who have made no speeches. They are the symbols of the ideal of one international family. One is a veteran of many battles for decency and democracy. He died in action, not on a battlefield, but in a little house in Warm Springs, Georgia. However, the spirit of Franklin Roosevelt is here at this conference, finishing the job that was planned at Tehran and Yalta. The other delegate is your brother, your neighbor, your son. He has a name, but a Nazi or a Jap stole his identification tag. He is the son or the grandson or the great-grandson, or like Roosevelt, the great-great-grandson of an immigrant. He is related in one way or another to Edison, the Scot, to Tesla, the Yugoslav, who made extensive use of electrical power possible, to Father Nealon, the Belgian, who discovered artificial rubber, to Goldberger, the Hungarian Jew, who discovered the cause and cure of pellagra, and to that great Negro scientist, George Washington Carver. He's here in San Francisco as an unofficial delegate from no man's land, representing the millions who have died in the armies of the United Nations. He mustn't have died in vain, and we mustn't live in vain.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.